Joe Rossonell with the front line with Joe and Joe. Once again, let us go into the breach. This gentleman says Trudeau's government's in panic mode over the carbon tax. Play the clip.
I'm going to say, because every single day there's a news conference about axing a tax. Bob, what do you say?
Oh, look, I think the government is in panic mode. They are willing to take one of their most important priorities on the carbon tax, particularly with oil home heating, which is a real polluter, a contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, and throw it in the garbage can because they are so worried about those seats in Atlantic Canada. And to Tonda's point is that Mr. Poilievre has been in Atlantic Canada and he's been campaigning. Thursday night, that after the announcement was done, he had over 1,000 people in Windsor, Nova Scotia, 1,000 people. And he was hammering away at them saying, you know, okay, they say they're going to not impose the carbon tax on home heating oil, but that's only for 3 years, right after the election campaign. We'll get rid of this carbon tax. So, it was an effective message, and the government is in real trouble here. And the problem they have is that, frankly, and I know we'll probably talk about this, but you know, it's one thing for Atlantic Canada seats. Well, what about the rest of the country? What about in Western Canada, where most people do not they have natural gas and not home heating oil? It doesn't apply to them. So it's a very divisive policy as well.
Yeah. Couple comments. Why do you have to care about a tax on your home heating oil? Break up your furniture and burn it, for crying out loud. That'll keep you warm, you pansy. Woman asked, why isn't Western Canada getting carbon tax relief on home heating oil? Play the clip.
Hey, so greetings from snowy southern Alberta. Did you hear the really good news coming out of Ottawa? Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is suspending the carbon tax on a home heating fuel. That's really good news. Unfortunately, there's one big catch. The only one that he is suspending the carbon tax for, the only home heating fuel, is furnace oil. Yeah, furnace oil. So almost every single house in Canada that still uses furnace oil is located in Atlantic Canada. Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland and Labrador. Hey, doesn't Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's Liberal government have an awful lot of seats in Atlantic Canada? Yeah, so here in the West, the vast majority of us, including here in Alberta, we use natural gas to heat our homes. No suspension of the carbon tax for us. No siree. We're just going to keep on getting screwed on our heating bills. So it's really nice that folks in Atlantic Canada will now be saving close to $300 this year on their home heating because they get a nice suspension of Trudeau's carbon tax. But here in Alberta, no soup for us. We're going to pay more than $300 extra just in Trudeau's carbon tax, just on our home heating fuel for this winter. Folks, this is ridiculous. The carbon tax needs to be scrapped. Contact your member of parliament and fight back. In fact, reach out past your own riding. Send an email to some Liberal and NDP members of Parliament. You tell them this nonsense has got to stop. You tell them it is unfair for you to be carbon taxed just for heating your home here in Canada, where we have winter. It's super cold here right now. I'm gonna have to be sewing long johns under my kids' Halloween costumes. We need to get the carbon tax scrapped for everyone, everywhere in Canada.
Couple comments. It looks really cold there. But then again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Break up your furniture and burn it to keep warm. For crying out loud! Freedom of speech is under attack, and sadly, the totalitarian state in Canada and the U.S. has clamped down on our YouTube audience, making it difficult for us to bring you the content which you have enjoyed. Because we love you, and believe me, we do, the good fight must continue. Check out the link and direct your support to our show on Rumble. Rumble is a free speech platform, and from this platform moving forward, we will be launching all the content which you love. Remember this, stay free,